Is this unassuming picture taken off the shores of Antarctica perhaps the most important photograph ever taken in human history? This man's name is George Rayner, and he's a biologist. And he unknowingly possibly took the most important picture in human history while he was down in Antarctica exploring whales. There is a large faction of people that believe what he captured here beyond the ice wall is actually the edge of our known world, the firmament. And that might sound crazy to you, but I'm going to provide you with some evidence that might make you think it's not so crazy. Let's first get a point of reference by looking at this Go Fast rocket that was launched from Arizona that went straight up and at about 72 miles appeared to hit something, a barrier of some sort. And if we are potentially living under a dome and we look at Arizona, it would be closer to the highest part of the dome. So 72 miles here would lead to a lower resting dome down towards Antarctica. And when you scour the internet and you find encyclopedia information pre-NASA, this is what you find.
I'm going to show you the Encyclopedia Britannicas in the public libraries before 1958. Here is volume 2 out of the alphabet A. And we're going to flip to the Antarctica. From 1958, before the Antarctic Treaty, says the flights proved inland areas to be featureless in character with a dome 13,000 feet high at about latitude 80 degrees south, longitude 90 degrees east. When they returned to New Zealand, these flights proved the inland areas to be featureless in character with a dome 13,000 feet high at about latitude 80 degrees south.
So 72 miles high. And when you get closer to Antarctica, as in New Zealand and Australia, 13,000 feet is where they're saying the dome is, which is about 3 miles. So going from 72 miles down to about 3 miles. At some point, it seems like that is going to connect to the known grounds. And when you colorize this photo and look at it closer and compare what that looks like to the ripples of water, they look almost identical. And when you look at other photos from this man's camera, you see it's not just a phenomenon caused from the camera or the type of photography or even the lens, but it is very specific to this area here beyond the glacier or ice wall or whatever this is. It's specific to the background. So like I said in the beginning, is this photograph potentially the most important photograph that has ever been taken in modern history? And do the shape of rainbows actually reflect the fact that we are in fact living under a dome? God's special dome that he created to protect us from Lord knows what else is out there, because I think we're living in a little ant hole in a much, much bigger flat realm.